Hello and welcome. Today I show you a hack that can bring back your old highlighter pen and make it work like new. Here we have a highlighting marker that is completely dry, and we're gonna use just a few simple tools to make it work like new. As you see, it's dry. This marker is far from fresh. You can easily open any highlighting marker with just the scissors like I'm showing you here. You can open it from the back or from the front depending on which marker model you try to open. Take out the sponge from the marker and you will see that it's very dry, this one, but it still has a bit of color inside, but it won't do anything because it needs moisture for the marker to work. The inside of the marker, the highlighting marker, is very simple. It just brings out the ink from the sponge, and that's pretty much it. So what we can use for this is just simple water, because the ink is water soluble and we don't want to use alcohol because it needs to be safe for the printing. So just water. Look what happens when I put it in the water. It starts absorbing water almost immediately. It went up almost halfway through the sponge. We will do the same on the other side of the sponge also, so more water is absorbed. At this point you can reinstall the sponge inside the marker and give it a few minutes to equalize, to absorb some of the water. Just play with the marker, or you can even try to use it. Yeah, I would say it's much better now, and actually this is one of the ways you can just revive the marker with the water, just simple water, nothing else. But there is also another way where you can also do something else, not just revive the marker, but you can change the color if you want to. Most of the steps are the same except one step, that is ink. I use here inkjet printer ink. I just use a few drops. You don't need a lot, just put in water, in simple plain water, a few drops of ink. I tried with 2-3 at the beginning, and the idea is that you have the yellow already inside the sponge. If we add blue ink to the yellow sponge, we make it green, so the sponge will turn green. So if you want to have a green highlighter, if you want to change your color of the highlighter to green, just use a few drops of blue ink. And I tried to put a few more here. Eventually there were about 5 to 10 drops. You can use as many as you like. If you want to keep the yellow color as before, just use the yellow ink of the printer. This ink now is cyan from an inkjet printer, mixed with the yellow becomes really bright green. To make the process faster, you can squeeze the sponge, and then when you let it go, make sure it's in the water so it absorbs the water. When all the water is absorbed, you're ready to use the sponge to put it back into the highlighter. Once you reinstall the sponge into the marker, just squeeze it a little bit to make the process faster. But not too much so that no ink comes out. Use the marker a few times on a few pieces of paper and you will see that slowly it turns green. If there is too much moisture in the marker, you can use some paper towels to absorb the moisture from the marker, and while doing this you draw more of the green ink. We're going to test the marker to see if it removes any of the pen, writing or inkjet ink, and as you will see now it's not removing any ink, so it works perfectly, just like a new marker. This is it. This is the second way to do it, and you have any option. You can do the first one and then the second one, and don't forget at the end when you close the marker to really push it so it clicks into place. And now you have a brand new green highlighting marker. Enjoy it. If you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button below and then click the bell icon to get notifications when we upload new videos. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you tried this, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard and I will see you next time. Bye.